Thank you, God.
Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the strong say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, God's Son. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, God's Son. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks. Come on, give God a hand praise. Come on and give God a hand praise. Come on and give God a hand praise. God's been good to us on this week. But I'm not praising God for what He's done for us naturally on this week. I'm praising God for what He has done for us spiritually on this week. Because if Jesus Christ hadn't given His life for us, none of us would be here today. So God, I came into your house to say thank you. I came into your house to say that I'm grateful. I came into your house to say, Lord, I thank you that I can move. God, I say thank you. There were so many this morning that couldn't even get out of their bed. I was talking to Noreen on yesterday. And I mean, I know some of us hurt because I had one of the worst stomach attacks in the world and tried to hit me again last night. But it still don't touch what Noreen go through. And I'm talking to her, and you know, even as I mean, you deal with stomach stuff, so you know what I'm talking about. I had one of the worst ones, and last night that thing was creeping up again, and the only person I could think about is Noreen, and I just praying and praying and praying, because even as I was talking to her early on yesterday, every bone in her body was hurting her so bad she couldn't even speak on the telephone. And we was talking, and after a while, it just got so bad for her, she couldn't talk no longer. And I began to forget about what I was going through, and I began to think about what she was going through. Say, Lord, I can't even imagine what she goes through, but Lord, I thank you that you keep her mind. I thank you that you keep your arms around her. I thank you, God, when it gets to be unbearable, God, that you're there to surround her. I thank you for keeping her, God. And I thank God because all of us go through some pain, and pain is pain no matter what. Pain is rough. And I just thank God when I look over the room and I'm sitting here crying like I lost my mind, because Refuge is a family.
Yes, we are.
We are a family. And I thank God for yet being a family. So when one family member goes through, we all go through, right? And I began to think about, I'm crying and thinking about what God has brought every last one of you through over the years. And I can't help but say, Lord, I thank you. And you know, sometimes you have to look back at your worst situation, right, Bernard? The worst thing that ever can happen to you in your life. Sometimes you have to go back to that place, the worst situation, to appreciate when God brings you through the good things. Because some situations are more devastating than others. And when you can reach back and see the worst thing God has brought you through, you will know that nothing else can keep you down, because God has brought, if he brought you through that, Brother Al, he's going to bring you through this, right? So when you look back and see what God has brought you from, and let me tell you something, the enemy is going to try over and over again, whether it's finances, whether it's illness, he's going to keep trying you one way or another. But when you look and see the doors that God has opened up for you, don't get slack. Begin to praise him even that much more. Begin to serve him that much more. When God brings you through something, don't get slack. You get on fire for the Lord. And when I'm talking about on fire for the Lord, I'm not just talking about dancing around and jumping around, but I'm talking about getting on fire for the Lord. Witnessing to somebody. Let them know that God has brought me through. He can bring you through. Tell them, say, you know what? I wanted this thing for a long time, and it wasn't me who did it. It was God. Take the eye out of it. It wasn't me who did it, but it was God. Yes. I looked over Aaron and everything Shakira had to go through to get this baby here, and not only what the Shakira had to go through, but what the baby had to go through to get here.
Yes. Amen. Say that.
See, people always look at the parents, but they don't look at the trauma that the kids have to go through. Now, this is a helpless baby. Heart rate keep dropping in the body. Heart rate keep dropping in the body. And you got the umbilical cord wrapped around his legs. He can't do nothing about it. He can't cry and say, Mommy and Daddy, guess what? This mess is wrapped around my legs. But the Lord had every step ordered for Ava.
Yes.
Even you looked at the things she had to go through, an hour and 10 minutes to try, the first doctor to try to get that thing down her back. The epidural down her back. And I could just imagine Daddy there holding his daughter, hopeless, ain't nothing he can do, but just hold his daughter for an hour and 10 minutes, which had to seem like eternity. Then we had to wait for another doctor to come in. She comes in, and Daddy got to hold his daughter another hour through everything that she's going through. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's the way Jesus do us. When we're going through, he holds us.
Yes, he do.
We don't understand that he holds us even while we're in pain. He's there with us, Ricky. He's the one there and say, you know what, Brother Ricky? I know this thing is getting tough, but I need you to look further. Look at where he the one told you, look at where you're going to get there. And as you focus on when you're going to get there, not how you're going to get there, but you're there, it works out, doesn't it? When you think about, you say, Lord, I'm asking you for this job. And the Lord said, get up and get dressed every day. Get up and get dressed every single day. Get dressed like you're getting a job. Yeah. And go there expecting a job. And if they say no right then, it's okay. That's not the job. I'm going to still walk. I'm going to still trust you. I'm going to still thank you. And I'm going to act like I'm working even though I'm not working. Yes, Lord. But to say how God had that thing. Now just think about what Shakira was going through, and it looked like the first doctor was helpless, and looked like the second doctor took as long. But it need to do that. Because when Aaron turned a little bit, we don't know how that kind of loosened up that umbilical cord. God had that, even though it seemed like it was forever in torment, but it had to be the 2 doctors. It had to take that long for the epidural because God knew what was going on inside her body. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So we can't forget what God has done for us. And we got to give God all the glory and all the honor and all the praise. And every time the doors, let me tell you something, Wednesday night, nobody could keep me here on Wednesday night. After what I saw her in jail and the baby went through, I said, I love y'all. I spaced my time. I went up there and I came. I had to do some business at the store. Came back up there to the hospital, right? Left the hospital, stayed there to the longest time as I could to get back to the hospital. Because let me tell you something. To see what that girl went through and to keep seeing that heart rate dropping and nothing mommy can do. And to see and the prayers that we pray, God, that he has every fingers on his hand. The boy came out with all functioning. The boy came out crying. I said, God, I thank you. That means his lungs has been developed. When my baby came out, there was no cry. That means he didn't have no lungs. So every time I hear a baby cry, I say, Lord, I thank you.
Yes, Lord.
That's the most beautiful sound in the world. You worry when you don't hear a cry. But when I heard Amen cry, I said, Lord, I thank you. So when I got into this church building, the only thing I could say was, Lord, I thank you. I was in pain in my stomach, but I'm still saying, Lord, I thank you. Because a miracle was performed. As Karen said, he wasn't supposed to be able to have any children. But look at God. But look at God. Shakira went through the whole pregnancy. Going through. But look at God. He kept me another day. Look at God. It's no longer about you, but it's more about God. So when I came in here Wednesday, I lost my mind on the inside. Because I had to come into God's house to say, Lord, I thank you. I had to come into God. I was exhausted, yes, but it's not about me. Do you hear me? It's not about you. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's all about God. Whenever you can give God the praise, give him the praise. Yeah. Don't forget where God brought you from. Well. Can I say that again? Don't forget where God brought you from. That's right. When he bring you out of a situation, don't forget about it. Say, Lord, I thank you. Put God first in every single thing. Stop putting God in the middle. Stop putting God last. He said, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments. If you love me, you'll keep my commandments. Love is an action word. I can tell Milton all day I love him. But if I don't pay him no attention and I don't treat him right, is that love? If I put everything else before him, is that love? Love is an action word. And I come to say thank you, Father. I don't know about you, but I went over every last one of y'all lives. Look over Brother Greg, that many times he just made it to the hospital with congestive heart failure. Look at him. God brought him through not one time, not 2 times, not 3 times, but God brought him through. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Every single thing we had to deal with. When you didn't have nowhere to live and you didn't know where you were going, what God do? He opened up a door. How dare you forget God? He opened up a door for you. God, I come to say thank you. When you didn't have a job, no money, nowhere coming in, but God provided. God, I come to say thank you. Yes. Looking over my 2015 taxes, I said, Lord, I thank you. Where Pastor and I used to pay $10,000 a year in just tithes alone. And look at it down to $1,700 that year. I began to cry and say, Lord, I thank you. I didn't go the opposite way. I could have had a fit because $10,000 and $1,700 is a whole different way, right? So we talking about from $100,000 down to $17,000 is completely different. You know why I cry? I'm like, Lord, this is all the tithes I was able to give you. That's why I cried. Because I want to give God more. I want to give him more. Yes. I want to give him more. Because God's been good to me. Yes, he has. So when I looked at that, I said, Lord, I thank you. Because you kept us on that little amount. there was no money coming in nowhere. You blessed us, Lord.
Yes, you did.
People handing us a couple of dollars. You blessed us, Lord. No income. The Lord allowed the store to do a little something. Remember, the store was in trouble. To do a little something. God, I come to say thank you. It might not be what you want to hear this morning, but I'm grateful.
Yes.
Turn to Psalms 37. I'm grateful. I want y'all to be grateful.
Yes.
I want you to never forget where God brought you from. You know, and when you think about it, as you turn to Psalms 37, how y'all feel about them children of Israel? Murmuring, complaining. God parted the Red Sea for them, right? Got them through all the water to keep them from drowning, right? What'd they do? They came over the water, and they did what? Complain. Lord, you got me all the way. Moses, you came and got me over all of this instead of saying, Lord, I thank you. But he parted the water, allowed them to go through, closed the back so they couldn't even get in to get them. But you're complaining, you brought me over here for this? For God, just that fast, Kathy, that God brought them through. He worked a miracle. He parted the water for them.
Right.
Allowed them to come through on dry land. It didn't say muddy land. It meant he dried the land up for them, because anybody know where water's aside, there's what? Mud. So he dried the land up for them, right? Allowed them to come over and block the enemy, Brother Al. He closed that thing back up to block the enemy, and guess what? They still complaining. Moses, you got me over here for this? Then they was hungry. The Lord fed them. Then he did what? Start complaining all over again. And every time the Lord would answer them, and every time the Lord would take them through, they did what? Start complaining. Don't we do the same thing? And we look at them and we so quick to say, I can't believe they're complaining after what God did for them. What about us? Are we thankful when God do something for us? Are we just mouth-talking people when God does something for us? Or are we living examples when God do something for us?
Well.
You got a lot of people can say some nice stuff.
Yes.
But can you live what you say?
All right.
Can somebody walk up on you any time of day and know that you're living what you say? Or can he catch you at a bad moment? And say that, you know what, they came out because he ain't through with me yet. So is he going to come up saying, I'm going to walk up seeing you cursing or blessing? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well.
We have to be Christ-like, not some of the time, but all of the time.
All the time.
And remember what God done for us, because we got enough mouthpiece running around here and running around all over the place. And can quote the scriptures like they're Bible scholars.
Yes.
But the fruit don't show what they quote.
Jesus.
It don't show. It don't show. So when people come in, I'm not putting us on a pedestal, but I thank God for that anybody can come in the store anytime and catch me in the same way. You can call me at my house, catch me in the same way. I tell people if there's an urgency, do not text me, because I don't have my phone with me all the time. If it's an emergency, call me. If you call me, you need me, you ain't gonna get an attitude, I'll be there. Just give me time to slip my little clothes on and I'll be there. But we got to be in a place where somebody need us to pray. We got to be ready. I don't care if it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's right.
Can I call you 3 o'clock in the morning? Can I call you 3 o'clock in the morning?
Well.
And know that you can get a prayer through for me? Can Mel call you 3 o'clock in the morning and know that he can get a prayer through and not you saying what? No, not what. I don't need to hear what right now. I want to hear you say, is everything okay? And we begin to pray. Let's be thankful to God for everything he has done for us. Because God has done a lot for us. I'm full this morning because I'm grateful. I'm full this morning because I'm grateful.
All right.
I'm full this morning because I'm grateful. I'm full this morning because when I woke up in a dry house. Lord, I thank you.
Thank you, God.
I'm full because I remember the times we're sitting in the house and the water was leaking so much in the kitchen. I don't mean leaking, pouring. cold, and y'all didn't know it, but our heating unit had went. So we didn't have no heat in the house except for the heat in the fireplace in the living room, the dining room. That's all the